He just,
I mean,
like,
really.
Make it half a glass,
What? Oh,
and then he can
Doctor's
have
orders.
Half,
Come
then he
on,
can have
mate.
the other half as per the agreement later.
That's a good idea. You
Oh,
really
half
should slow down.
rations. Half rations. Oh, there's a word coming too. Alright, I'll take it. You hand him over the half glass and he immediately shoots and just downs it. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Ooh. Oh, that'll put some hair on your chest. He blinks with like almost like a look of clarity for the first time. Sees directly across him is Francis and Aunt Liz. What's happening over there?
Oh my god.
Aunt Liz shoots him a dirty look of like, please shut up or I'll kill you.
I don't think that's a please.
Shut up or I'll kill you.
There we go.
You are not the only one who is injured, so I caution you. Calm
Right.
yourself.
Right. I'll be real quiet. I'll keep to myself. One last thing. Do you guys got any food?
I'll fucking kill you!
And this goes over, gouges his eyes out like God of War.
It is a
What
fair
Russians do?
question.
Yeah, it's not hard for you to turn over like some like field rations or jerky or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I give him a keep
Yeah.
a nice even number, 2 supply.
You give him a long rest worth of materia.
Yeah.
Very good. There's some part of him that like voraciously wants to eat it, but he's like, I don't want to die to whoever that scary lady is, so he does like nibble at it. If you guys ever seen that really sad looking like squirrel or lemur, where the fuck it is with the big ass eyes, it's like that. He nibbles. Sad thing, like a sad lemur eat.
Is it this?
No. I
I
found it.
didn't think so.
That's a lemur.
I don't know what this is. It looks like a lemur or something like that.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah, I know what that is. Sugar bear, isn't it?
Where you're at your friend's house and his mom starts yelling at him.
They're called a ghost. The ghost.
That's a
creature in
meerkat.
Swedish.
That's not.
Yeah, so that's what he does essentially. Well, looking so sad, I guess, but he does eat
Name
like
the
that.
gift, Nina.
Oh. No.
Wait, which one?
Neither of them.
The first gift is a lemur. The second one, the one you sent is a lemur. The second one that Crash sent is a meerkat.
A
No,
meerkat?
I don't think
It's
so.
a Tarsus.
That's what the name of the gift is.
Okay,
I
but
think
it's
everybody's
not.
I think the name is wrong. I digress. You guys know what the look looks like. That's the point.
Yeah.
So that's what Yazin's up to. Just
Yazin
quietly
does.
eating, keeping it to himself. Yeah. What do you guys do?
Everyone with physical injuries gather round.
Oh, I'm already here.
Dahlia's gonna be looking for Folk's coat, handing it off to him.
Yeah, you
And
find
then
it pretty easily. It smells stinky.
Yeah, I would like to get it cleaned by. No one is getting healed until this is clean.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
You guys hear the door open up with stereotypical Oblivion sound effect of creaky wooden door, and it promptly closes behind.
who comes in? Or leaves?
I don't leave, so let me find.
What is the range of? Oh, easy.
Boom. Nova,
Hey!
still
Nova.
half kitted, or mostly kitted. She peeks into the room, and when I say peek, like she really does peek into the room, like fucking anime girl. So like leans in, like Scooby Doo. See the whole view.
Only see her head.
Eva like stood next to the door, as a spy's ought to do, and she sees Nova. And Nova like sidles up, like quietly walks into the room with a manner far quieter you would expect from someone technically wearing a bunch of heavy armor. And she begins whispering over to Eva, and Eva just sort of catches her up on the situation, the happenings.
Going on.
Yeah, but you guys do, like, it's quiet, but it's not, like, silent. You guys could hear it still if you bother to focus. You guys do hear Eva ask Nova, "Where were you?" "Oh, I had to take a trip to Chafford." Y'all just, like, he looks away, like, "Oh, no, no." "For what purpose?" She shrugs. Nova shrugs. The alderman wanted to give Chafford its, I don't know what to call it, ultimatum declaration from Kravos. And I was the fastest courier. Chafford's not that far from here. You could have made it there and back within 10 minutes. I stayed to do some stuff. Eva looks her up and down to see if there's any like combat or scuff marks on her suit, but doesn't seem to find anything. Might I ask what? You can ask, but I'm not telling. Eva just is like Jim from The Office face, like, What? Just being honest. Fair enough. I'll tell you later. There's like a conspiratorial wink at her. I'll take that. You guys see Nova then go over to Anvil and begin whispering over to him. This one you guys actually don't hear. Well, maybe you do. If you guys would like to eavesdrop, roll me your perception.
Eva's drop.
No,
No, I don't
Well,
think I will.
No, badge of respects. Nova too
don't
much.
feel like it. I'm busy.
I'm busy that week.
Yeah.
I am busy.
Can Eva even possibly beat that? No, because all of her stuff is stacked into passive perception, not active perception. Awkward.
Sucks to suck.
When you listen real good, but only when like you pretend like you're not listening.
Oh, actually, she now has a slightly higher passive perception because her prof went up. Nice. Now she has 22 passive perception
Wow.
as opposed to 21. You guys don't catch the
Alrighty.
content of what Nova says over to Anvil. But whatever Nova does say to Anvil does cause him to do something. He leaves his perch at the not far wall, but one of the side walls of the room and goes over, grabs a chair, and sits next to Aunt Liz.
Aww.
And then he just sort of like not Shinji pose like Alec posted. He's not like bent over like that in despair, but he is like sat and like tucking his elbows on his knees and just sort of sitting there. Puts a hand on Aunt Liz's hand, one of her praying hands, which she appreciates. But it's not like we're gonna start doing romantic stuff during the current situation.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's a spare bed.
Aw.
Garth.
Time
There
here.
was a comatose child in front of them.
You're about to lose someone. You want to make someone?
Oh, that's awful.
Plus minus one.
It's a net positive. Come on, or a net neutral.
Meanwhile, while Nova begins reaping the benefits of her work with this sort of cheeky smirk on her face, Falk, you do sit next to Mina, and between her and Fayez, and he doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything. That's it. There's the end.
All right, good talk. He gets up.
She is looking at the room, like she's not looking at the ground, tucking her forehead onto her forearms. No, she is looking at the room, but she's looking, but she's not saying. You know what I'm saying? Like you're hearing, but you're not listening.
When I almost said Fred, when Karadaka says, "Okay, everyone, gather up," for healing,
Healing?
does she get up?
Nope.
All right, well, she is because Falk will reach a hand down to her after he stands up for that. Does she take it?
Nope. She just sort of stares still forward.
He will gently take her by the elbow, try and hoist her to her feet.
Do you anticipate her fighting you off?
Yes.
That's fair. She does not. You begin picking her up like you would for a a child being led to recess.
Hmm. Once he hoists her up, does she get her footing, or is she limp?
She gets her footing. She's able to walk around just fine.
I'm about to say if she's gonna if she just goes limp, then we have a big problem.
Yeah.
She's
Um,
dead again.
or she's throwing a tantrum. But no, he will lead her over.
You lead her over to the lineup of people getting heals. And as Mina is the frontmost person for Karadok, you to deliver your benedictions upon. You see her for Falco, who's like sort of focusing on Mina. You see her actually begin moving with some manner of energy or earnest for the first time for the past like few hours since all that went down. She reaches into her pocket and holds out something to you, Karadok.
Oh?
It's the diamond that you expended.
How? How?
I don't know, bruv. It was in my hand when I came to. Figure it must be yours.
Spend 100 of these if it meant. You know what I mean. Thank you. Tuck it away. Look over at Falk. Did you
As
need
you-
something cleaned?
As you take it from her awaiting palm, you like sort of pluck it off there. There is like this sort of gust, this little breeze of mist that from where it was coming into contact with her palm, that almost like you're opening like a casket or something, like it just sort of expunges out. She doesn't seem to react to it. Nothing else seems to happen.
At your question, Falk just kind of shakes his head like healing first. That's priority.
Alright. Bear with me. So, this is an empowered. No, an extended. So it's 2 minutes. Oral vitality.
Ah.
This is probably overkill, but. So, third.
What level is that?
Just that level
It's
spell.
third.
Ah, fuck. All right, never mind.
So, it is 2d6.
Yeah, there's no point in us rolling all this
Yeah.
when you can like run it 20,000 times. Everyone can just
Yeah.
go back to full.
You can only do it
Oh.
10 times.
Actually,
it?
20 because it's 2 minutes.
Oh, it's right. Yeah, it's 2 minutes. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, and given that he has Disciple of Life attached to it every time, yeah, you're gonna cap people up very, very quickly.
Would aid be over by now? Yeah, it would be because
Yeah,
you cast that.
it would be 8
Yeah.
hours.
So we can go to full.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Cool.
Imagine,
Hopefully that won't be necessary, but
Well,
I have
what time
this
of day is
visual
it by the time we
image
get back?
of, what's that?
No, sorry, go ahead.
I just said I have this visual image of Karadok holding the arming sword that he's got, gripping the hilt with both hands, sword facing down, pommel up, near his solar plexus, like in prayer, and then just cascading, radiating, healing.
and so it is. Nightly presence. How regal. Oh, the good thing guys went to the Elonium path. To your question, Ninot, it was around evening when you guys got back. At this point, it's been a bit, so it's probably around. It's harvest time right now, so you guys have a bit of a shorter day. So it's probably around like 7 towards 8 o'clock right now.
Okay.
So some time left in the day still. Well, technically the day.
Is Grover doing anything at this point? I forget.
No, he's examining some of the concoctions that he applied to Francis, but he's putting them away in a bag of holding. Doctor's bag of holding.
At some point, Dahlia would approach him with the bundle of amber veins.
Yeah. The chassis, the central chassis of or cluster rather of veins and such. He looks over at you. And what is this?
The leftovers of that sword.
A very peculiar looking sword.
Well, I had to burn his body to get it out of his veins.
Did you?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Jin, don't mock me, okay?
Anyways.
He crosses his arms and tucks a finger and a thumb under his chin, or where his chin would be through the gas mask.
I will say Dahlia refuses to touch it. It's on her cloak right now.
Mm-hmm. Describe what happened.
She goes ahead. I don't think she'd hold anything back.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Cursed weapons and things like that usually often have the capacity of manipulating or controlling their owner or wielder in some way, shape, or form. But to have it be so extensive, I assume Vix must have been a truly weak-willed, embodied individual for it to be taken over so easily.
It was a goblin.
That explains a lot. He takes it at I'll call it the top of it and begins holding it almost like one would examine like a toy Christmas tree. like interesting, because that's around the shape of it, right? It's like a sort of conal shape.
I got a strange sense of, was it dread, danger? I don't quite remember, but it felt bad when she put it in her pack. She'd mentioned that.
Given your friend, that makes sense. There's many things one could do with us, but I don't believe I'll be engaging with any of it. He stares at it for a moment longer, although perhaps... No,
Perhaps?
He shakes his head. Cursed materials and items are, to be frank, far, far too complicated to work with. Not in a sense of difficulty, but in a sense of inviting potential variables. If I'm going to be making crafts, poultices, etc., they'll be under my dominion, and mine alone. Perhaps there's a way to purify this. Not all egonic amber is corrupted. This one definitively is, though. He puts it into his bag of holding.
Well, if you end up purifying, that'd be mighty interesting how you did it.
I'll be leaving Kravos soon. Returning back to my post in the Perenzi Confederacy. They are experts on how to manage and mitigate darkness, corruption, curses. I'm sure I'll be able to find an expert on such. Someone that's willing to work with us.
Well, I'm glad it can be of some use then. Hopefully.
He looks back towards, just the rest of the crew, because he's, as he often is towards the corner of the room by himself when he was putting away his stuff. He looks back to the rest of the room, your friends.
Follow his gaze.
Will you all be going westward?
I don't think I know where we're going.
I second that
Well,
notion.
Well, if you all do find out where you're going, it happens to be westward. As I said, try to collect some samples from Velcaster. It's unlikely that there's anything to collect, but there's a chance. If you're not, then, he looks back to you, Dahlia. Your friend in the Dream Rampant is going to be kept waiting a bit.
How long do we have?
He shakes his head. Inconclusive. In theory, he looks around for Ted. Does not see Ted. Hmm. He fishes into his doctor's bag of holding and pulls out the, I'll call it the core subject. The one, all the components you guys have given him, he does individual experiments for, but then culminates them all in the core subject, right? The culmination of all the effort. He pulls out the jar, the flask, the container that it's in, and gives it over to you.
She takes it gently.
And that is a culmination of all the research I've done for Irina. It's stable. It's self-sustaining, assuming you give it due amounts of moisture and things like that, and minerals, nutrition, etc. Not sunlight, don't worry. It's self-sustaining. And I don't imagine he sees like some people in the room that weren't part of your guys' conversation last night. I don't imagine where Irina is currently is in any risk of danger, ransacking, destruction.
What have you?
Oh, you mean the dream rampant?
Yeah, you guys can say dream rampant. He doesn't give a shit about that. My only concern is the person who holds the keys to such might start unlocking things faster, sooner than you're anticipating.
All the more reason to get to him as soon as possible. He doesn't speak for me.
He doesn't speak for me. So, just so that I'm clear and understanding, does Dolly have to do anything with this to keep it alive?
Not particularly. Nothing that can't just get hand waved during a long rest.
Okay, so it can be taken care of in the sense of like, okay, we
unless
love
you
this.
guys go to the Taraya Enclave by some godforsaken reason where there's no water around. But yes, aside from that, you're probably fine. It is in a
basically,
hermetically
for
sealed
somewhere
container.
I can live, it can live.
Yes.
Okay.
Finally get a girlfriend, and then she turns into a potted plant. Man,
Jarred
When that
plant.
happens.
Jarred plant.
Always.
So relatable.
I'm really bad at taking care of plants. I have a lot of dead ones.
Probably isn't a cactus girl.
And then it like hands over to a board of missing person.
I'll leave it in your care. If you guys do manage to find any samples in Velcasters, introduce it to... He gestures at that. And if my theorization and experimentation is correct... He does a pointed pause. As if daring you to say that anything he ever does is incorrect. You don't, logically. And he continues... Then it should interface with the rest of its body. Air quotes. Fine. And who knows? If you find such a sample, you might not need to go there. Although it is a question of dominion and control. But I think after all the events of Velcaster, there is still a non-0% chance, especially if you find a surviving specimen in Velcaster, that she has earned and claimed her own dominion.
A non-0% chance is the best percent chance. Second to 100%.
She looks at the specimen in her hands. Nods as he's talking.
To Jin, Roma, and Badger, roll me perception at advantage. To everyone else, roll perception normal.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Well.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Holy moly.
that 30 though.
5, 26, 24.
Jesus. All right,
Just
so
casual.
now all the high rolls are coming out, huh? Okay, so to those of you that aren't Dahlia,
Fuck you.
You're really talking to Grover. It makes perfect narrative sense. You guys all see / hear Nova jump, like startle, like. Huh! She gets like this harumph look on her face. Hate when he does that.
Mm-hmm.
Anvil turns and looks over his shoulder at Nova. Do something to Mato. New orders dropped. Anvil groans at the inopportune timing of it. Meanwhile, Grover's like, finally! Yes! Yes!
Get me up on Daddy!
You guys mind? He's fine. She's not saying it to you, she's saying it to her fellow Ashworms. Very well. Certainly. You don't gotta be so fucking happy about it. They go outside.
I thought you would thank Grover as he leaves.
He nods. So you guys are left alone for about a couple minutes before the Ashworms come back in. I will say Nova does come back in more casual attire. Yeah, I mean her suit can just sort of compress anywhere. So why walk around in it?
Why did you laugh?
What?
Compress.
Oh, you naughty boy.
So the Ashworms come back into the room, and Aunt Liz looks at Anvil and asks him, I suppose you'll be going then? Not tonight. Not within 12 hours. I should say Grover, would he come back into the room? No, he's done all he can do for Francis. So Grover does not come back into the room. He's piecing out. Anvil does say he'll stay for definitely for at least the next 12 hours.
Figure out what's happening.
Jordan.
Hmm?
So I think Grover's my favorite Ash Warden.
Yeah.
No nonsense.
Because he's helped us at every single opportunity, without want for like appreciation or anything like that.
The ultimate tsundere.
his work will speak for her. Anything,
Exactly.
and everything he does.
He doesn't put on airs. You just have to look at what he does to know the kind of person he is.
Nova comes back into the room. Looks like we'll be leaving you guys. Try not to cry too much. And she does like the crying like hand next to your eye sort of like thing, like oh tearing up sort of like a gesture. Try not to cry too much when we go.
I won't. Then he looks at Badger and Carrot. I'll cry.
What? Jeez, asshole. Maybe a little nicer.
I don't think we've talked that much.
Well, that's because you are too afraid to look me in the eye.
This in fact is factually accurate, actually.
She looks over at Eva. Is he normally like that? He is on certain types of women. Oh, tell me more. She says. Eva looks to you. Looks back to Nova. Looks back to you. Looks back to Nova. No, I don't think I will. Ugh.
Oh,
Hoping for it.
Spurious security.
I didn't fall like fist pumping. Like yes.
fucking go!
I mean, we're probably not. Unless we're Grover, we're probably not shipping out tonight, anyways. Not that it matters for me. She's just like person that could fly around the world in like a couple hours. Yeah, makes sense. And
made some headway in collecting the materials you requested, but I'm not there.
Nice.
Yet.
She gives you a thumbs up.
How do I contact you if we are elsewhere?
She's just because we're awkwardly rubbing the back of her neck. I have to ask Prophet. I can teach you how to do it yourself, although it's probably not the best thing to do for your first time. She gets like an idea, like, oh, Anvil Shroud and Comedian are splitting paths. Where are you guys going? Are you guys going east or south? It's like the two directions are not going.
Really discuss that.
Okay, no, that's totally fine. If you guys are going west, then you'll be going. Then you can tag along with Comedian. She's going west through the Dream Rampant, and she's wrapping south towards the Southern Free Realms. If you guys are going northwest, you can go with that guy over there. She puts an anvil. He's rendezvousing on the northwestern part of Eulonia with. I probably shouldn't say that. If you guys are going north to the Ventori League, Shroud has some job responsibilities given to him. My cute little Kohai. So you guys can tag along with him. If you guys tag along with them, then it'll be super easy to contact me.
Excellent.
Eva sort of thinks about that for a second. I don't imagine any of us do have business south of here, right?
I do not.
She looks at you specifically, Badger. Unless you want to issue a crusade against Makar.
Perhaps later. I need to grow my army a little more.
Perhaps
She does like
later.
Probably a different time.
Eva does do a bit of double speak. Not that all of you except Falk would notice it. She does cast message to you, and I'll type to you what you said.
Oh.
I fucking
response
hate
to
this
the-
cheeky goblin bastard. Damn, Eva.
Bro, that's cold.
Cold. Fuck. It's alright, I don't like her either. She stole from me.
How dare she? Nina, what were you saying?
Just in response to that, I don't think anyone has any business south of here. Dahlia would just say, well, I'm not going home yet, so... Nope.
And eastward to here is she looks to the fires, the Terai Enclave. She looks to you, Falk, and the Empire. Well, and Carlisle in the middle. Do any of you want to go to Carlisle?
Not particularly.
Don't have a specific interest.
I'll have to. The more I think about it, I mean, not right now, of course, with so much on our plate, but yeah, eventually.
She smiles brightly at you. On that, we're agreed then. Carlisle is a melting pot of different factions, ideologies, politics. All of them constantly at each other's throats. I wouldn't mind being around to witness things. You guys do Eva insight check. Witness things.
Yeah.
Parentheses and manipulate. And parentheses.
Be a fly on the wall. Or